Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brandon from Audio Addiction. We have Alex again with us, our K-pop correspondent, and we're gonna be talking about, the fan favorite, which was ITZY. So I'm excited. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm excited to for you to finally get the introduction to ITZY. Been a long time coming.
Yeah, I feel like that one was obviously the one that was most highly voted, so I feel like we had to do it for that reason alone. But uh, we do plan on doing. I think Girls' Generation was the second one, I believe. So we'll be hopping into Girls' Generation probably next, if that's the next highest one. I'll have to double check, but pretty sure it was either that or it was aespa. So I'll have to do my research and remember which one. I'm pretty sure I screenshotted it, so I know which one was next. But I'm stoked for ITZY. Is there anything I need to know about the group before we get into the first one, which is it looks like Dala Dala? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. No, I mean nothing super important. There's a 5-member girl group from JYP.
Okay. Is
And
JYP and they? I think you told me they're a part of. Is JYP a part of like the same people that have Twice?
yeah, JYP is the same larger company that Twice is under, Stray Kids, and Mix, handful of other.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into Dala Dala first. We have
Yeah.
10 tracks, so we'll see how this rolls out because this is the first chest of JYP. So fingers
See how
crossed.
far we can make it.
We'll see how
before,
far
before JYP booms us.
we get yoinked. So let's get into Dala Dala first. So excited. What a chaotic intro. They're going into they're changing it in an elevator.
Tight schedule.
People look at me and they tell me 외모만 보고 내가 날라리가 돼요. So what? 신경 안 써. I'm sorry I don't.
It's interesting so far.
Really don't care. 사랑방 위에 목매지 않아. 세상엔 재밌는 게 더 많아. 언니들이 말해 절 들라면 말 없대. 찾을 생각 없어요. 예쁘게만 하고 매력은 없는 애들과 난 달라. 내 기준만 널 맞추려 하지만 난 지금 내가 좋아. 나는 나야. I love myself. 난 뭔가 달라 yeah. I love myself. 난 뭔가 달라 yeah. 난 너랑 달라 yeah. Bad, I'm sorry I'm bad.
Oh.
I'm just the way
All right.
I am. 남 신경 쓰고 살게 나까워. 하고 싶은 일 하기도 바빠. My life. 내 맘대로 살거야.
This is sick.
말리지 마.
I like this break.
난 특별하니까야. 남들의 시선 중요치 않아. 내 스타일이 좋아 그게 많으니까. 언니들이 말해 내가 너무 당돌하대. 바꿀 생각 없어요. 예쁘게만 하고 매력은 없는 애들과 난 달라. 내 기준만 널 맞추려 하지만 난 지금 내가 좋아. 나는 나야. Don't care what people say. 나는
Cool
내가
choreo.
알아. I'm talking to myself. 기죽지마 절대로.
Also, just I love the editing in the video.
The editing's clean, yeah.
Just keep on dreaming. Keep your chin up.
Oh,
Keep your head up.
This chorus is a bop. All right, well that was the first one, Dala Dala. I will say, for this song specifically, I was unsure if I was gonna like it to start, and then as we got further along into the song, I was like, no, I started to like it after each chorus. Like I got more and more invested by the time the end of it happened. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, ITZY has like, they're, I would say, one of the groups that started what's the word, the right way to describe it, like they kind of are in this sort of subgenre of like noise music in K-pop
Okay.
for some of their songs, where it's like there's a little bit of like odd changes in the songs, or like the dance breaks or verses might be like super different than what you would expect. I think Dal Dal is a pretty good example of the song like having some weird parts, especially like the dance break is kind of like random, and then the whole like little chanty bridge thing at the end.
Yeah.
But I think they add to the like the fun and the attention that the song keeps for you. And I think this song did really well as a debut song in like establishing like characteristics and like a personality for the group, because I would say prior to ITZY debuting with this song, it's not really a sound that I'd felt like was too common in K-pop.
Okay. And when did they debut? How long have they been a group for, if you know?
I want to say close to 5 years. Check the date on the video. This is their debut song, so
It looks like 4 years ago,
4 years ago.
roughly. Actually, I can give you
Yeah,
the
if you
exact
can-
date. It's February 10th of 2019.
Okay, so about 4.5 years.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, I imagine that's a pretty decently long amount of time for like a group in K-pop. I don't know what the average is, but I guess at least for like Stardom, you know.
I mean, they say the average contract is 7 years, but plenty of groups extend theirs and plenty of groups don't make it to 7, so it's hard to really say an average.
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I think this one was like, I think it was a little bit harder to get into, but I think as the song kind of progressed in some of those weird like elements, because I will say I'm kind of like a weird element guy. I do like this. I think I've appreciated all of the kind of like switch up moments that each group that we've had. There's always been something that has like differentiated them, and I argue that's kind of like the diverse nature of K-pop is like each group, it has its own specific kind of like sound and thing that they bring to the table, where I feel like if I kind of compare it to like metal music, sometimes there are certain bands that can have similar things where you could almost maybe mistake them for another group or something like that, where I'd argue K-pop might be a little bit more diverse in the sense of like, oh, okay, like the beat structure is different for this song, or like the musicality is different for this song, or like this one feels like way more like EDM trap influenced, you know, like Pixie, or like, you know, some other stuff that's a little bit more like lo-fi, like New Jeans, or like Twice is like maybe a little bit closer to pop music. You know, I think there's kind of like differentiators, I'd argue.
And kind of funny that JYP sort of seems to have this kind of descending trend with this because he debuted a newer group called NMIX that we haven't checked out yet, but they sort of like spearheaded this genre called what they call mix pop.
Okay.
The group is called NMIX, so they like have this like self-created term of mix pop, where they just genre switch and like completely key change, song style change, everything mid-song. It's really crazy. They're doing it less now, but it seems like ITZY was a little bit of like a precursor for that.
Okay.
So like ITZY leaned into it a little bit. ITZY, like some of their stuff gets a little weirder. Some of it has those elements of like weird change ups and interesting like sections of juxtaposition. Where I would say Twice, which is, you know, an earlier JYP group, has even less than ITZY. So it seems like they've kind of like progressively gotten a little more experimental with the groups they've debuted over time.
Which is cool.
So ITZY falling somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it's middle of the pack. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, obviously, I haven't listened to the newest groups that, you know, JYP has, you know, put together. So I'll have to. We'll eventually get around to some of them, but I wanted to get to Izzy's comments she made too. ITZY are like that for a lot of people. I think they grow on you as you go on. I'm excited to delve into. We still have like 9 more tracks to get into, so I'm curious how they kind of break out and do their different thing. And then they also said ITZY is also kind of started this musical trend in K-pop where new groups started to go down more quirky and funky routes. I could definitely see that 100%. Kind of, it was, you know, kind of off of what Alex was saying as well too. You know, I do find that, you know, groups like this kind of hit a specific like marker in regards to their music, which I mean is great. I think if you find your sound and you find your groove, then like I'd imagine people are very stoked on like the continuation, or maybe not, you know, continuation of, you know, what the group does. So I'm excited to kind of see, because this has been like 3.5, almost probably like maybe closer to 4 years, 4.5 years. So I'm curious to see how much they've evolved over that gap. So I think we should get into the next one, which is going to be looks to be ITZY. So let's hop into it.
Hey, hey, hey! Yo.
This bass riff's tight already.
Beep, beep. Hey, 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 hey. See that I might see. Go, rising out of bounds. I see that I might see. 차갑게 보여도 어떻게 쿨하나니까. 눈치 볼 마음 없어.
I wonder where this was filmed at.
당당하게 let it go.
LA, okay.
길거리를 누비고. 백그라운드 뮤직이 깔려. I see bonfire. 내
Ooh.
안에 있는 dream 난 자신 있어. 날 봐 안 눌러요. 너의 틀을 날 맞출 맘은 없어. 다들 blah blah 한 말마다.
Ooh.
난 괜찮아. 계속 blah blah. They keep talking. I keep walking. 다들 blah blah 한 말마다. 난 괜찮아. 계속 blah blah. They keep talking. I keep walking. Ring 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 울려 all day long. 모든 날 찾느라 바빠. 이 노래가 your favorite song. 그렇게 될 걸 잘 알아. Hey 이 맛은 마치 딱 살얼음같이. Ring 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 반짝이는 거. 별빛같이 I see. Shout out to 내 엄마. Thank you to 우리 파파.
Ooh. Okay.
좋은 것만 쏙 빼닮아. 당당하게 let it go. 길거리를 누비고. Background music이 깔려. I see burn on fire. 내 안에 있는 dream 난 자신 있어. 날 봐 안 눌러요. 너의 틀을 날 맞출 맘은 없어. 다들 blah blah 한 말마다. 난 괜찮아. 계속 blah blah. They keep talking. I keep walking. 다들 blah blah 한 말마다. 난 괜찮아. 계속 blah blah. They keep talking. I keep walking. Get it.
Interesting.
Shake it. Hey. Yeah. Come on.
That's clean.
보고 빨리 달려 don't care what they say. 대답은 내가 아니까 it's okay. Up we go. 끝없이 위로 절대 멈추지 않고. No one can stop us now blah blah. 참말마다 난 괜찮아. 계속 blah blah. They keep
It's almost as if people haven't seen other people in a while.
난 괜찮아. 계속 blah blah. They keep talking. I keep walking. Yeah.
That's because they're so different.
see that I might see.
They are, yeah. That's cool. I like that.
I see that I might see.
The editing on this was wild. I gotta give kudos to their editing team. But that was ITZY, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's crazy to me because, like, again, listening and watching all of these music videos, like, you can kind of tell how much goes into their, like, styling of a music video. And I feel like there are some groups that are like, we really gotta do, like, the cool edits. We gotta kind of do the interesting, like, dance sequences and stuff. The way that they cut up the music video, it's interesting to see which groups, like, are more invested in, like, the musical production side of things, where they're like, okay, the beat's got to be cool here, and, like, it doesn't really matter if we do an interesting cut. And then there's some groups that are like, okay, we're gonna make some sick cuts, some sick edits. We're gonna throw this, like, scene where, like, other people are looking at him like, whoa, I don't know who this person is, that's crazy. And then, like, have more of a storyline.
You've got a JYP budget, you can do a lot.
That's fair. I don't know what the tier list is in terms of, like, who has the most amount of, like, I guess, I don't want to say viewership, but I guess more monetary value in terms of, like, group.
They've got a lot.
I'm sure, yeah. I'm not even surprised. I kind of was like, wow, some of these edits were, like, super, super, super sick. So, but yeah, no, I like this one a lot. That bass riff was so awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Nice
super funky. Izzy says, ITZY was the song that got me into ITZY. It remains my favorite, and I have such a strong attachment to it. It's just so fun. I agree. It had some really cool energy to it. Again, I like the dance break. That was really, really sick, and the way that they kind of cut up the music video was also really cool. I do notice a trend with, like, a lot of K-pop groups, especially when they get into more of the rap parts, where, like, everything will kind of cut out and there'll just be, like, this low, like, sub bass and, like, maybe, like, more, like, drum trills kind of stuff like that to make it more interesting, or have, like, the rap parts, like, pop a little bit more. So I do find that that's kind of, like, regardless of what group you're listening to, I do find that that's kind of, like, a common thing that they do. And I understand, because, like, production value wise, like, you want to have the rap parts kind of stand out more. So, like, if you had all the instrumentation over top, it may not have the same, like, effect, I would argue. So, but yeah, I like this song a lot. I think this one was definitely a step up from Dala Dala, just because, not that I didn't enjoy that song. I think towards the end of it, I really enjoyed it, but this one, from front to back, I was really vibing out with. I enjoyed it a lot. Also, the music video gave me a good chuckle. You know, I was.
Yeah,
there were some parts where I was just like, wow, this is, like, a little borderline cringe, but also, like, it's cute.
I mean, it's campy.
It's a little campy, yeah. Just imagine if you're, like, riding on, like, the LA Transit bus and you just see some, like, Korean chick, like, dancing, like, out in the middle of the street. You'd be like, what the fuck's going on here?
That's why they're all staring at them.
Well, some of them I imagine are, like, paid actors, you know, or, like, extras or whatever.
They all are.
Yeah. I meant, like, some random LA person's just like, what's going on here? I don't know what this is. I have to sit in my 3-hour commute, you know, for this. Shout out to LA. This one was good. I think I'm kind of getting a better idea of where ITZY's coming from, but I'm curious if my course correction will be off.
Any members sticking out to you? Yep.
Not yet. I think it's a little early, but I you know, we have 10 songs, so maybe by the halfway point I'll have my bias, you know, fully delved in. But you know, I've enjoyed all of them. I think the hooks are there. Like, there's a lot of great hooks in these songs, and I think they're equally about the hooks, but then I appreciate the fact that, like, the songs have a specific, like, dance break section where, like, they really get to show off their, like, moves and stuff. I thought that's nice, you know. I don't get to see that. I don't think I've really seen that in a little bit. So in terms of the groups we've had on, mostly I would say they've been, like, all music, baby, you know. This one feels like a little bit more, like, kind of like more of a balancing act, So, but I like it. Good stuff so far. I can definitely tell why Izzy likes ITZY a lot. There's too many I's and Z's and T's, and I'm gonna get it fucked up sometimes. But the next one's Wannabe. Do I need to know anything about this one?
No, not really. The next two songs are my two favorites.
Ooh, okay.
Personally.
All right.
So
well,
that's no spoilers, but that's it. And also,
okay.
I don't. Just for the record, I don't have an ITZY bias.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I used to. It used to be Yeji, who's their leader, but over time, I cannot decide anymore. I like them all equally.
Okay.
I will not choose a bias.
Has ITZY played in the States yet or no?
Yeah, I've seen him 3 times.
Holy shit. That's awesome. I imagine they crush it live. Oh yeah. You did see him in Head in the Clouds.
Yeah. I saw him on tour. I saw him at Head in the Clouds, and then I saw them. I've seen him on tour twice, and then I saw him at Head in the Clouds.
Oh, sick. Okay, there we go. Well,
very fun.
Let's get into Wannabe then. I like this, like, very ominous intro. This is clean. Little like rock guitar in there. That's wild. All right.
Everybody teaching me. 이래라 저래라 모두 한마디씩. Yeah. 내 앞가림은 내가 해. I'ma do my thing, just do your thing. 'Cause I'm the one and only. 사람들은 난 말하기를 좋아해. 남의 인생에 뭔 관심이 많아 왜? 하지만 신경 좀 꺼줄래? It's none of your business. I do my own business. 누가 뭐라 해도 난 나야. 난 그냥 내가 되고 싶어. I wanna be me. 굳이 뭔가 될 필요는 없어. 난 그냥 너일 때 완벽하니까. I wanna be me.
Ooh, okay. I like this effect. Super sick.
The club bathroom.
The club bat, yeah. Underwater.
No matter if you love me or hate me.
This goes incredibly hard.
I wanna be me, one and only me. Feel the feeling.
Ooh.
Cause it's sweet up. I wanna be me.
A little bit of slap bass. All right. Respect.
누가 뭐라 해도 난 나야. 난 그냥 내가 되고 싶어. I wanna be me. 굳이 뭔가 될 필요는 없어. 난 그냥 너일 때 완벽하니까. I wanna be me. I don't wanna be somebody. Just wanna be me. I wanna be me. I don't wanna be somebody. Just wanna be me.
All right. If you guys just tuning in, this was Wannabe from ITZY. Thanks for joining the live stream if you're live. If not, thanks for watching the VOD. Appreciate it. Man, this one was good. This one I think is my front runner right now. I can tell why this is a favorite because that's kind of got a little bit of like club, like kind of house vibes, and I'm about
Yeah,
it.
it's got everything.
It's got kind of like a rave, a little bit of rave vibes in there. You know, I was feeling that one, especially in the dance break when the beat kind of drops out. That was hard. I respect that.
Do you like so I'm gonna make an early guess.
Okay.
Do you like Ryujin, the girl with the blue hair?
Yes. That's
figured
not
you
an
would.
early guess. I feel like I get hyped every time. I feel like I might be pigeonholing myself, but I do find that like anytime there's like a rap part in a song, I automatically gravitate towards it.
Seems like you like the rappers.
I think I do. Yeah. I might have a type. I think that's what
She's
we've
great.
locked down.
She's awesome. She's funny. She's the member from ITZY that I had a fan call with.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I,
We talked about this.
talked
Yeah,
to
yeah.
her, I think over Kakao. Got
That's
like a
rad.
signed CD and stuff from her. Yeah, she met my cat.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. You were like, oh my God, milk. Big shout outs. That
Yeah,
was
so,
is an
yes, I
exciting
like
day
her a
in your
lot.
life.
Yeah, big day for me. Big day for my cat.
Big day. Yeah. Big day for milk. Shout outs. The goat. Izzy also said that she has no bias. It was Leah for a while, but she's proudly OT5. And Mel also said that she's also OT5. So that's awesome. Yeah,
Glad we're all on the same page.
I think for me, yeah, I don't know. I feel like my bias is pretty evident in terms of like, you know, I enjoy the rappers for some reason. You know, my brain just is like, this is different. I like this, you know. But this song was great. I think this one definitely sold me on what ITZY's doing right now. I obviously feel like this is pretty early on in their like catalog in terms of like music, so I'm curious to see what they're putting out more currently right now to see if I still maybe feel the same way about this one. But the vibes on this were super sick. I think the like attention to more of the club and like EDM and like house and more rave vibes, I think definitely benefit their styling a little bit more, I would argue. And I do find that they hit that super well. And again, the clean edits with the dance break was really sick too. I thought that was really well edited and well put together. Can't knock on a good, like, well edited music video. But yeah, the musicality was super sick. The little bits of like funky bass in there. There was a little bit of the distorted guitar in the chorus, which I really like because I find that like in K-pop they don't include as much like guitar work, I would say. Like I think this one had like some really cool like Latin influence, especially with more of the like nylon string guitar in the verse. I thought that was really tight. And like this one definitely had more of an instrumental kind of feel, but also playing a lot towards their electronic roots as well too. So I think this was a good combination of everything, I'd argue. Why is this one of your favorites, Alex?
I just think this song has everything. It's
Okay.
got like good upbeat vibes. It's got a really good dance break. The video is really fun. I love the specifically my favorite part of the video is like the Ryujin shot where she's in the bathroom and it has like the graffiti and all the drawings on the wall are keyed to like change and edit on the screen as like part of the visual editing. I think it's such a cool, unnecessary but a really nice touch to the video. It makes it stick out a lot for me. I also really love the Yeji club scene.
That's cool.
In one of her
I agree.
verses where she's like just in a club and everyone's all costumed up. I just think like visually is why the song got me. But then like the song is obviously like also fun on its own too.
Yeah.
So it's just become, I think, like a total package thing for me, not specifically like one or the other, but it's like if I'm ranking all the ITZY stuff, as like a total package, song, video, choreo, everything, I think this one is the number one for me. 'Cause even like something as silly as the choreo in the beginning where Ryujin has like that shoulder dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you can like go back to the beginning of the video to check it out real quick, but it's like it went really viral. Where like a lot of people are trying to figure out like how she does it, and yeah, just a little bit before that, like she moves her shoulders so crazily.
Oh, it's like right here, right? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, the like
Yeah, it seems impossible from my inability to dance aspect, but just so it's like a bunch of little things from this video, I guess, add together to make this a very memorable track for me.
I will say that a lot of my like love for K-pop, I would say, also is the music videos. Like I talk a lot about how much I enjoy kind of the visual aspect of it, and I'd argue like a lot of people enjoy K-pop for that reason of seeing it and like seeing all these crazy edits and like the way that they shoot these music videos, I would argue. And just like also being someone who really enjoys like fashion as well, like it's cool to see like the outfit changes and the kind of the way that how meticulously they think about all of these different elements. And not to say like the musicality isn't good, but I will say like I'm a visual person first, and then when I go and listen to all of this music in my free time, which is mostly at work, I feel like I find that I enjoy the songs that much more now, because I'm like, oh well, I'm not visualizing it, but now I get to kind of focus on elements that maybe I hadn't focused on because I was watching the music video, and it's like, oh my god, this part's so cool, or this cut's so clean. And like I do think that I find way more enjoyment in the music video, but I also think that the music video is almost like a Trojan horse, where it's like you're gonna like this song, but like the visual aspect is what's gonna get you first, and then you're like the musicality towards the end, you're like, oh shit, I enjoyed that part too, that was really interesting. So I gotta give props to their teams for the music videos.
It'll get you down the rabbit hole of,
100%.
You watch the video, and then from the video you'll be like, oh, I love the choreo, so you'll go watch the choreo video, and then you're like, oh, I want to see how they do this live, so then you'll go watch live stages. All of a sudden you're like an hour and a half into watching one song a million times.
That is true, yeah. And there's like about 50 million ways to watch it too, because like you have like channels like It's Live, and they do them in a different rendition, and like, oh man, it's just crazy.
You have all the award shows,
the
music shows, the weekly music shows. You have like band versions. You've got fan cams. It's like you can go through an endless cycle of watching like endless content for one song. So
I wouldn't disagree. Just we're gonna catch up with ITZY's comment. She also said, also fun fact, when ITZY got their first ever win with Dala Dala, Dreamcatcher was there as well. Jiu, Sion, and Dami went up to congratulate Ryujin. They've known each other since Mix 9. That's
cool.
That's wild. I did not know that. That's very sick. Shout out to Dreamcatcher.
Mix 9 was a competition, like survival show.
Oh, okay. Like kind of like I guess it wouldn't be considered similar to like the award shows we like, like an American Idol or like The Voice. I'd imagine it's different.
It's different, but that's about the closest comparison.
I was gonna say,
from like a US based show. So
yeah, I'm a dumb American, so shout outs. The next one,
brother.
We dumb. No, so the next song is Not Shy. Is this another one of your favorites, Alex?
Yeah, for the title tracks. Yeah.
Okay, respect. All right, well, let's get into the Not Shy. Guitar riff. All right. Okay. Cool little build up. All right.
말해봐자 어서 다 cause I'm not shy not shy 남자 보니까 not shy not shy not me give me 다다다다다다다 not shy not me 남자 보니까 not shy not shy not me 너를 원해 뭐 어때 cause I'm not shy 넌 빨리빨리 대답할 필요는 없어 어차피 내 거니까 내 보고 있기만 하면 돼 yeah you will like it cause you like it cause you like it like it 내가 미워 아니라면 미워 다른 건 다 지워 내가 네 어려워 yeah 그냥 싹 지워 싹싹싹싹싹 Not shy you say I want you Hey there hey there 우리는 great pair great pair
Alright.
뭔지 모르지만 내 생각이 맞아 그러니까 yeah yeah 내 맘은 내 거 그러니까 좋아한다고 자유니까 네 맘은 네 거 맞으니까 말해봐자 어서 다 cause I'm not shy not shy not me
Okay.
남자 보니까 not shy not shy not me give me 다다다다다다다 not shy not me 남자 보니까 not shy not shy not me 너를 원해 뭐 어때 cause I'm not shy 후회하기 싫으니까 엔딩 상관없으니까 끄고 모두 쏟아내 No yes no
These
more
fits, the white fit, the Fusion blonde hair is so crazy.
It is crazy.
Never had long hair.
Let the beat drop. Not shy, not me.
All right.
Not shy, not shy, not me. 말해봐자 어서 다 cause I'm not shy. Not shy, not me. 남자 보니까 not shy, not shy, not me. Give me 다다다다다다다. Not shy, not me. 남자 보니까 not shy, not shy, not me. 너를 원해 뭐 어때? cause I'm not shy. Not shy, not me.
That was clean. That was a good one. Chai, what?
You gotta let it play.
All right. I'll let it play. Hands off the steering wheel.
You gotta see that they were robbing a truck for speed. See? They didn't want money. They were using paintball guns to rob the truck for their sweets.
And they're not shy. That was a terrible joke. Anyway, I'm gonna segue to the next bit. This one was great. I like kind of the more. I felt like this one was a little bit more subtle with the hook. You know, I feel like I feel like this one kind of kept it a little bit more traditional in like the songwriting aspect of things, where you got the verse, and then you got this really kind of like build up pre-chorus, and then you get that like loud like boombastic kind of chorus with that like. I kind of imagine it very similarly to what is it? Oh God, like in ETA, where it has that like horn. Like it kind of has that like same sort of like earworm quality where I'm like, okay, I don't know if I like this now, but I think I will like it eventually because that is gonna get stuck in my head now, and I'm gonna be having nightmares in my bed tonight when.
I just that part in the chorus where I don't know if she does it every time, but I know Chaeyoung does it at least some of the times where she just does like that. It's a
Yeah, that is cool.
in the chorus,
like the little chant.
It will never get out of my head.
It is
just
kind of
forever
hard
in my head.
It's almost like I imagine
It's
people
almost
at
like
shows
a
do it.
producer tag.
It's like a DJ Khaled moment. Except for it's not DJ Khaled. It's just their it's just their group. I imagine people say that when they play this live. There's no way that this doesn't happen. Like they put I imagine they get like the crowd like and hyped on that. You know, I can feel it. This song,
The whole
I
crowd does do it.
I was gonna say, I feel like this song would hit so much better like live. Like there's something about this song that I would imagine like my love of this song would grow because I'd be able to be with other ITZY fans like saying ITZY like live, you know. I feel like that to me, like I think this song is a great song, but I would ultimately think that it would put it over the top for me is if I could experience some of these songs live.
Yeah,
Certainly.
it's like that the whole beginning of that chorus. It's like easy. It's in English and it's like really easy for people to like sing along with and grasp onto. It's just not shy, not me. It's a. So it's like it's so easy for people to grasp on and like attach to, and like have fun with it live without like needing to know like the
Korean
timing for the chant or the Korean or anything. So I just think like it's a good, like approachable, good song.
It's a good jumping off point, I'd argue, you know. So
The choreo, I'm gonna keep saying this for their choreo because a lot of their choreo is good, but the choreo for this song is really fun too. You don't get to see all of it in the music video, but good chunk of it.
that last bit of choreo, like the last minute of choreo of this music video was like super tight. I like enjoyed it at the end, like where they made that cut and they were on top of the truck. That was sick. So I gotta give them a lot of credit for like genuinely all of their music. I think they just really just absolutely crush it on the like choreo aspect of things. Like I'd argue they have some of the best choreo that I've seen. Again, my knowledge of this is very limited, and I hope to obviously get more in. But I've thoroughly enjoyed the choreo, and as someone that probably has about negative percentage of dance moves, I gotta give him a lot of credit for like putting some of these routines together, because sure as hell I couldn't do that stuff. I can barely move my arms and legs to walk, so more or less than dance. So gotta give him a lot of salutes. ITZY says ITZY's well known for their dancing in particular, so they also often include dance breaks in a lot of their earlier songs. They don't do it as much now, which was a comment she made, I think, in a previous song. So big salutes, and also repeated it in the chat. I ironically enough read it at the same time. Mel said same, not shy is my favorite too, and ITZY says that this being the foreshadowing to their song Cake. So I imagine they have a song named Cake.
Yeah, super far ahead foreshadowing.
They should call the next song like Sweets. You know, they should just like name a song after like a sweet that's in the music video, like tart, you know, like a fruit tart. I don't know. If you want to take my idea, let's see. Go ahead. Free thoughts for you.
I'm sure ITZY's gonna release a song called Fruit Tart.
Listen, man, people name their songs stupid shit. I'm pretty sure ITZY would not. No group, band, artist, whatever is opposed to that. If ITZY does name a song called Fruit Tart, I'm gonna be fucking stoked. Day one.
Hey, I'll eat my words if they do.
You have to eat a fruit tart if you.
Okay.
Next. Ove says Yeji and then puts a bunch of hearts. So I feel like we should move on to the next one. Shout outs. This next song is In the Morning, so let's I think we need to hop into it. Let's give it a listen.
Mafia in the Morning.
Guess who loves you? 나야 나. Do I show you? No야 no. 아직 타임이 아니야 난. 좀 더 가까이 그러다 갑자기 싹. I'ma steal it 맘을 훔쳐 you are gonna love me. 결정적일 때 이 발이 드러내는 타입. 나와 두 눈이 마주쳐도 난 흔들림이 없어 no. 널 사랑하는 게 죄라면 but me know who you never know. Baby 깔리겠지 넌 결국엔 내 거야 내게 되겠지 넌 이제 finally 택할 시간이야 벌써 어느새 또 밤이 되었습니다. I'm the mafia.
Oh, this is hard.
I'm the mafia.
Clean transition too.
더 배우 늑대 가지고 노는 여우 전혀 안 보였겠지 clue 하지만 나에겐 다 계획이 있다고 go 그만 머뭇대 슬슬 작전 개시 너를 뺏어 like a Kpop movie
what?
ready 할 수 없는 poker face 점령해 네 맘속 place hurry up baby catch me if you can baby 이끌려
This is clean.
결국엔 내 거야 내게 되겠지 나 이제 finally 갈 시간이야 벌써 어느새 또 밤이 되었습니다 I'm the mafia I'm the mafia 누구일까 mafia 마지막 밤이 깊었어 babe 이 밤이 지나면 네 곁에 나 하나기야 마침내 피할 수 없는 아침이 와 I'm the mafia I'm the mafia 누구일까 mafia 누구일까 mafia
That was clean. I think this one's my favorite right now.
Really?
Yeah, this one was hard. This one was so
Okay.
sick. I might have to agree with Omaze. She said that I feel like a rapper could sample this beat 100%. I could definitely
Yeah.
hear like there is a lot of calls to like modern like rap music that I was very surprised that they would have something like that. Like there's just something about this song that I think hits super well. The beat's great. I think like the really like weird like dark like kind of ominous sort of like musicality in this I really enjoyed. Almost like a dark pop like rap sort of feel to it, and there was a lot more like I think there was a lot more attention to like the rapping and the beat, and like the choreo was super sick as well. I don't know, I was really vibing with this one. I was feeling this one. I know this one is probably a little bit left field for their sound, but I enjoyed this one. Were you surprised that I would pick this one as my favorite so
A
far?
little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Well, we're like halfway through, so I feel like right now it's at top. I probably will have more of an idea once we get closer to the end, but this one right now it stuck out to me the most. It was arguably the most jarring, I would say, comparatively to the songs we've listened to, because I feel like I know each K-pop group kind of switches it up in some way, but I feel like this is like a completely different like avenue that they decide to go down with this song. But I enjoyed it. I was vibing with it. I like some of the more like darker, like ominous sort of stuff. I think that's where my bias goes in terms of like musicality. But yeah. Omei said it would be really cool if Everglow covered this song. That would be interesting. I feel like they put a good spin on it. Or Blackpink. Blackpink, I don't know. I would say I think I would have to go with the girls in Everglow. They're tight. Also Izzy says, not sure if you noticed, but their ending pose is always some sort of crown, and it's different every time. It's become a thing, and it's exciting to see what they do with it next. I did not know
every
that.
video they end with some sort of formation of like this, like some sort of like making a crown on either themselves or other members' heads.
Oh, okay.
It's been a running thing since the beginning.
Is that like something that's a part of like their merch and stuff, or not really?
I don't know. Is there crowns on ITZY merch? Anyone in the chat that knows more than I do?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
curious.
think I've noticed really, but there could be.
I find that
I
like
don't
yeah, because like
remember seeing them merchandise that.
I know like New Jeans has like the bunnies, and a lot of their stuff has like bunny related things. So I'm curious if like groups have like, I want to say like a mascot, but like have something that's like related to them where they're like, oh yeah, okay, that's interesting. Like I do think like if I'm I might be overthinking, I guess, but like I'm pretty sure Blackpink has like they have like a crown, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, from their album cover was a crown,
Ah, okay. But it's not like a piece of their like
but it's not something they like work
associate
into their
with.
choreo or anything.
Okay,
No.
gotcha. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this one a lot. I think like again the different vibes of this track I think really stuck out to me, and it being kind of in the midway point of their like MV catalog, it just stuck out a little bit more, I think, in terms of like doing something different. Like I mean, this was released back on April the 30th of 2021. So I mean, relatively not too long ago. So I'm just curious where they're going to be going next, because if it's kind of similar in this path, that would be interesting. And, you know, I've been doing my best of trying to catch up with some of the like B-side tracks in my free time, and it's been really fun to kind of delve into some of the more B-side songs. So I'm going to have to give this album a listen, because it would be cool if the rest of this record kind of has a similar sort of tone or vibe to it. So be cool. I'm excited. Omei says Dreamcatcher fans wear witch capes and their light sticks is a staff. That's interesting. And Izzy says it's cool. So I don't know. I don't have a light stick. Do you have that one, or have you seen it, Alex?
I've seen it. I actually don't have the Dreamcatcher light stick, but yeah, I'm familiar with it. It's a staff. It's pretty cool. It comes in a coffin.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And yeah, and it's like a cloak that you can buy as well. So it's like a cloak and a staff. It's pretty cool.
Jared said
people at the seen people at their shows wearing the cape with the staff. Like,
oh, that's rad. That's kind of hard. I respect that. That's a power move.
Jared, you're on to me, but you're not wrong.
Half my Spotify Wrapped will be K-pop. I realized that I feel like my Spotify Wrapped will be the Bocchi the Rock soundtrack, which is goated. Everybody should go listen to that. Fucking bop. And then K-pop. I think I have spun so much New Jeans. It's unreal. Also, I went on a Twice binge today at work, so I've just been going through all of the Twice albums. My God, it's been fucking goated. I love it. And I did listen to some Pixie, and I was vibing out with some Pixie. So I'm making my moves. Nice. I'm making my moves. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, listen to some Dreamcatchers. Oh, I also want to drop a little bit of a bombshell. I did listen to the solo tracks from Dreamcatcher. Not on. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to go through the album, and then they were just like, I was like, wait, why is there just names next to them, the songs individually, Ruined. And then just powered through them. I will say I enjoyed the Dami one the most, which shouldn't surprise anyone. So keeping up with the bias, baby. Love it. But don't hate on me in the comments. I'm sorry. I do apologize. We'll get back to Dreamcatcher, I promise. But the next one is Loco. So I think we should get into it. I'm excited.
My thoughts on this song real quick.
Yes, shoot.
Harp on it. I don't like this song very much, to be completely honest.
What? Oh my God!
I don't want to say, like. All right, let me pull that back a little bit. I don't think it's a bad song at all.
Wow.
I definitely don't hate it. But in the list of ITZY title tracks, this is down low for me, because I just don't. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't think like. I think they have a really hard rap beat of a song, but no one has a hard rap verse.
That's fair. Okay. I'll give you that.
Like, I think the video is really well shot. It's really well edited. It looks really nice, but I feel like it doesn't.
Oh, man said I'll take my shout out back.
That's all right. I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, not to, I don't think it's a bad song. I just think that there are a lot of things in this song that could have been better for me
Fair
personally.
enough. I feel that. You and ITZY are on the same page though, so that's kind of wild.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty divisive song.
I feel
From my
yeah.
experience talking to people. Um, yeah, Yeji's part is sick. Yeji, when she has that little like teleport thing in that Caper movie line, that's really cool. Some of the editing and stuff is really well done. Some of the verses are good. I really like Leah in the bridge. There's just some parts where I feel like it doesn't lean enough into anything. Where it's like
Okay, it's a little
it doesn't
safe.
go. Yeah, like it doesn't like the verses and the vocals don't go hard enough for how hard the beat is, but it doesn't. It's not like chill and vibey enough in the other way. If that makes sense.
I feel that. I think it was maybe because it was just so jarring. You know, I think that's kind of why I think it's
Especially, I guess one way you have to look at it too is like for me, I've been listening to ITZY since debut, so I was waiting for their next comeback after Wannabe, or I'm sorry, not after Wannabe, after Wannabe and then Not Shy, and I really really liked both of them, and then this one was the next one to come, and it was just like it's a little weird, a little jarring.
fair.
Have that same like hype vibe for me. So that's it.
You have more of an investment, you know. I got you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to harp on it. By all means, I don't think it's an awful song. I don't want to. I don't
Sure,
want to sound
yeah.
like I'm hating on it. But it just for me it didn't. It doesn't do what Wannabe and Not Shy do for me.
Well, at least you're not going, you know, at least you're not going to go on other people's comments and try to thumbs down this video, you know, so.
Hey, no, I respect everyone's opinion. You can this can be your favorite K-pop song of all time. I respect that. That's cool.
I wouldn't
No
say
problem.
I would say it's good. It's a good song. I would definitely say like the vibes were cool, but and I enjoyed like the beat and stuff. But I will surrender to the thing where the comment you made about like maybe the rap verses not hitting the way that they should or being as like punchy as they should be, I guess. I could tell because like basically, and maybe I'm kind of defeating why I've enjoyed some of maybe the other previous ITZY songs is like I do enjoy the rap parts, but I do, you know, because of the juxtaposition of that. So I can find that maybe it might be a little bit more one note with this song where, you know, the beat and all that sort of stuff is basically the entirety of the song versus like having a portion that stands out more within the song where you're like, oh shit, that's cool. That's a change up, you know, but I can totally agree why Omaze enjoys it. I think I can kind of see both sides of the fence, and I imagine very similarly to you, but like obviously you have a little bit more of a opinion on it than I do. I just am like, this is hard. I like this, you know?
Yeah, it's just personal taste.
Sure.
And you also have to consider that I'm comparing this to everything from ITZY's catalog because I know I've heard all their songs. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I've heard
sure,
the
sure.
B-sides, I've heard the new stuff. I've heard their first album. So I look at this song in comparison to the ITZY as a whole as well. So
You're a ground level guy.
I might have a little bit of a different lens than you might.
Sure. Yeah. I think often I might change my lens a little bit in regards to kind of like listening to the different groups that we've had, you know, like obviously like we've listened to quite a few groups now, and I find that after I listen to some of the B-side stuff, so I'm like, oh, this is really cool. It's really different, like from what you would imagine, like the title track. You're like, oh, okay, maybe they might keep the same sort of feelings or vibes or something like that. And then it winds up being different. And I think that's kind of like the coolest thing that in terms of going through K-pop groups is like how differentiating they are from like title track to what's on the album. I think that's what I've noticed has been the big difference is like the more like maybe hyped or more palatable song will be the title track where it's like, okay, you know, this is going to do well. You know, people are going to enjoy this song, and it might incentivize them enough if they maybe don't know the group to kind of delve into more of the album or like whatever record is.
Or the title track is the weirder song that's more jarring and gets people talking.
Yeah, it's like why would they do this? Like, I imagine at the time, Mafia in the Morning might have been like, why? What are they doing? What's going on? Why is ITZY doing this? This is so weird. Why would they kind of have more of a like harder rap track? That's weird. And then I'll probably listen to this album and be like, yeah, now I don't like that's interesting why they would choose to do that. So I'll let you guys know tomorrow in the comments. I'll leave a comment on this video. But yeah, I want to get into a little bit of comments before we move on to Loco. Mel says, yeah, Mafia is one of my least favorites too. And then Omaze backed it up and saying, I love hip hop and EDM, so I guess my taste differs from that preferred sound. So I feel that. I can definitely see both sides of the fence where I am not as much into rap music, but I do find that like beats and stuff I kind of gravitate towards in the zeitgeist of K-pop music.
I'll say I also love like EDM and hip hop and K-hip hop and stuff, and that's why I wanted them to take this opportunity with a hip hop
to like go hard
style track to go hard.
Respect.
We know that Yeji, Ryujin, and Yuna can all rap well. So I don't know.
I wanted them to shake the camera, you know. I wanted them to get in my face, you know.
Yeah.
I imagine we're gonna get that with some other groups. I think from what I know about XG, I know they're pretty hard. So, am I wrong on that?
I've been binging XG.
I know. I saw you post.
You're absolutely right.
I saw you post about it. So I decided to not listen to your story muted. I just saw the music video. I was like, oh, this is kind of tight. But don't worry, XG's coming, guys. We're doing it. So get stoked. But for now, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is Loco. So let's give it a listen.
Loco.
Okay. It's kind of got a little bit of a Latin beat. Clean cut. It's kind of give me Tribe-y vibes. Yeah. That was a sick edit. Shout outs. Switch up.
Like crazy love. 끝이야 네가 뭔데? 미쳐 날쳐 기분이 up and down. You got me like crazy love. 나도 내가 out of control. I'm getting loco. I'm getting loco.
Ah, there's another crown. See, I caught it this time.
There you go.
Guys, this was Loco. Definitely a solid song. I don't think it's the best ITZY song I've heard, but I don't think it's the worst ITZY song I've heard. So I would kind of put it in mid. I'd probably put it in mid tier.
I think it does the hip hop EDM thing better than Coffee in the Morning did,
Okay, that's fair. I could see that.
personally.
I think it takes a lot of influence from like Latin music. Definitely
Yeah, of course.
definitely evokes another group that I listen to a lot. Shout outs Tribe B. Love them. Shout outs to the girls. Yeah, definitely gave me that sort of vibe, which I'm totally about. I don't find that I find the crossover of like K-pop and Latin music very interesting. I don't like it, just seems like a very like odd combination, but somehow they managed to make it work, so I'm about it.
Man, we gotta react. I gotta show you Card.
Card? Okay.
Yeah, we gotta add that to the list.
We're adding Card to the list then, I guess. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this a lot. I think some of the hooks were really good. I like the kind of, again, very similarly to like Mafia in the Morning, I enjoyed the kind of like a little bit more bombastic nature of the song. You know, the chorus definitely has some like kind of like vibey parts, and like again, the choreo is really sick. I was not gonna lie, that last chorus when one of the members is like turning the like mixer volume all the way up, I'm like, man, they're gonna peak, man. That's not good. Like my brain is
Yeah, when Ryujin taps on the lights to make
yeah.
them turn on. Yeah, hey, you know what? It's not
It's not
get into the nitty gritty.
It's not historically accurate. Yeah, I got you. I just thought it was funny in my head because that was like the first thing, like musically. I thought I was just like, they're gonna peak, man. That's not good. You know, there's gonna be so much feedback in the in the speakers.
Yeah, I think this song for me personally is a lot more convincing of like the whole EDM aspect, at least, where it's like they've got the kind of like Latin inspired, like almost like Moombahton kind
Yeah,
of
Moombahton. Yeah, exactly.
beat that goes through a lot of the song, but then like that rap verse that Ryujin has, it pulls down into sort of like it keeps that same element with whatever the instrument is they're using for that, but it pulls it back into almost like a trap beat. And then the chorus has like a trap part.
I would agree. Yeah,
Like the second half of the chorus is like a trap beat kind of.
agreed. Yeah,
So I think that this song personally does a better job of kind of like exploring the different EDM styles you find in a lot of K-pop songs, a lot of K-pop title tracks. But I also think this music video is shot a lot better too.
I would
The
agree. Yeah,
the editing's better. I think the styling's better. I think the choreo is shown pretty well. The only thing I don't like about the video, I'll say, is I don't really like song breaks, like the like when they had that part where they were adjusting the mixer and doing the lights and all that kind of stuff, where the song kind of takes a pause for a minute
just for them to get set up. Yeah.
Well, in like any song where like the video stops or the song stops for some period of time and they're doing stuff and then the song comes back, that usually takes me out of the song.
Fair enough. I would agree. Yeah.
But it's pretty common, so I can't complain about it too much.
Yeah, I don't think it was I think if you're familiar with K-pop MVs, then like I don't find that it's out of place. Like obviously it was like the same thing with like the car scenes, like you could hear like the car stuff, like the car rooming around and shit, and I was just like, this is kind of taking me a little out of the song, but like not enough for me to be like, oh, I don't know if I don't like it for that reason. Like I would probably
I agree.
I probably put the same with Loco. Like I don't think it takes me out of the song, but it definitely is like, Could they have done without it? Probably. You know, that would have been. It would have worked out a little bit better, but I mean,
It wasn't
hey.
long enough to really bother me.
Correct. Yeah, it's not like a full-on like dialogue, like things going on. I think it was enough time. It stayed enough time, and it didn't overstay its welcome. So I appreciate that. But yeah, this one was a solid one. I think I would put it right smack dab in the middle. I don't think I didn't have any bad things to say about it, but I don't think I was like jumping out of my edge of my seat for the next one. But
Cool. Well, speaking of not having anything bad to say, let's check out the next one, Sneakers.
I feel like that's foreshadowing, so I'm gonna get into the next one.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Like what? 자유로운 기분 not like that. 고민 따윈 already done.
The shoe shot.
이거 보는 게 재치, that's not my fault. Whoa. 도저히 I don't care at all. 내 멋대로 갈 거야. 필요 없어 older. Don't need no guidance, I'm making my way. I'm on my way up. Run to the top. 난 언제든 straight up. 원래 두려운 게 없어 난. 상관없어. Call me trouble or you
What?
can call me weirdo. 나로 살고 싶어. 저 끝을 지켜.
That is an interesting major key shift. I'm gonna sing this every time I put my shoes on now in the morning. I'll say it to our cats.
Don't stop, don't stop, get loose. 불태워 지금 my youth, 지금 my youth. The party ain't started. 시작도 안 했어 난. 요즘 거짓말이야 나 ITZY. My best is yet to come. So call me trouble, or you can call me weirdo. 나로 살고 싶어. 똑같이 지켜 올린 채로 다 가질 듯한 attitude. 그거면 돼.
The edits are clean on this too. As corny as this chorus is, it kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Oop. Those breaks tight. Sneakers on. 상관없어. Call me trouble. Or you can call me weirdo. No way.
나로 살고 싶어. 똑같이 지켜.
Those look ugly as fuck.
다 가질 듯한 attitude. 그거면 돼. You better put your sneakers on. Put my sneakers on. 하나 둘 ready get set go. Put my sneakers on. Yeah, yeah. Put my sneakers on. 하나 둘 ready get set go. 멀리 가보자고 yeah, yeah. 자유롭게 뛰고 싶어 다른 사람 시선들 don't care now. 어디까지 가게 될지 모르지만 일단 start right now. Yeah, alright. 멈추지 마 to the top. 같이 걸어가 보자고. Yeah.
That was a cool edit at the end. Super tight. All right, guys. Well, that was Sneakers. I actually enjoyed this one. This one was kind of a bop. I'm not gonna lie. You thought this one was gonna... I think I would put this in like mid-high tier. That chorus is gonna get stuck in my head though. I'm gonna definitely be singing that tomorrow as I run out the door for work. I'm like, put my sneakers
Stuck in
on.
my head in a bad way.
Why in the bad way?
Maybe I've just heard it too many times.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess just real quick, my issues with the song. I don't really have too many issues. There's two things I don't like. I don't like the lyrics very much.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think they're kind of like bland and they don't make much sense. I don't really know what the message of the song is. And
Let's put your sneakers on.
also, I'm just not a huge fan of the video
That's fair.
itself. Like the video is fine. Some of the editing is cool. I don't really like full CGI
Yeah. Okay.
backgrounds, full CGI sets. I like practical sets a lot more.
Fair enough. Yeah, you could
I'd
tell it's
rather them
CGI.
have I'd rather them have a cool location and like, or like
Build around
cool
that.
like
Yeah.
physical items around them or something. I don't really like the full CGI and like full just like editing crazy everywhere videos.
That's fair.
Other than that, I mean, I do think the song is very like bubbly and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played it live every time I've seen them. It's fine. Um, I think it just sits like lower in my ITZY title track.
That's fair. That's fair. I think I think it's kind of got that sugar like bubblegum pop sort of vibe. That major key shift was wild. I thought that was so sick.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
The only part I think the only part that sticks out for me as like I really like it of this song is I think Ryujin does it once and Yeji does it once. I think it's like kind of a rap verse. I think you pointed it out when Ryujin first did it. I think Ryujin did it in a verse and then Yeji did it at the end of the last chorus.
Mm-hmm.
But they have like kind of like a quick syncopation like rap verse kind of thrown into there. I think that's good. I think that sounds really good. I like hearing them like get a chance to actually like to hear the rappers rap. But yeah, I don't know. The rest of the song just doesn't do anything special for me.
That's fair. I could see why, again, very similarly to like Mafia. I find that like I can see both sides of the coin where I'm like, I get why people don't like it and I also get why people like it. I will say the hooks on this song are insane. Like, obviously it is a little cheesy, but I just think that I just think it was, for me, it was like the hooks on it were really sick. Like, I think if I like wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics, but I was paying attention more to like the melodies and stuff, I think the hooks on this song absolutely crush. And it's definitely a song that I think for better or for worse, I'm going to remember this chorus. So I think in that aspect they did a good, they took a dub, because I think I'd imagine most ITZY fans, if whether they like this song or not, are going to remember this chorus regardless. So I think that in the like song like structure and like memorability, I think people will remember it for that reason. But yeah, I like the kind of like more bubblegum nature of it. The comment again on a former point, I'm a huge like fashion person. I'll really enjoy that sort of stuff. That's something I don't really talk too much about on the channel, but I just enjoyed that they made a song about sneakers. That's kind of insane. Like, why would this be a topic of a song to come up with? But I mean, hey, you can practically
JYP
write about anything.
Hey, don't ask questions when JYP writes a song. Don't ask questions. It's not gonna make sense.
It doesn't matter. It's still here. But
let me catch up on some comments real quick.
Izzy loves sneakers.
That's fine. I'm not judging. If I ever have kids, this song will be playing every day before school. True. It seems like a very good
kids
song.
Kids intro. Yeah. Put your shoes on. You just play that song instead.
Mel says, sorry, I hate sneakers so much. You said that, not me.
I said that. No, Mel said it. Yeah.
No. Yeah, Mel said that. I didn't say I hate sneakers so much.
Little backpedal.
Sneakers advertisement, not a K-pop title show. Yeah, I agree. It's like it would be good as a Skechers commercial,
like a product placement.
Yeah, not what I want for an ITZY title track. I agree with that. One thing I'll say is rappers get much better verses in their B-sides, and it upsets me that JYP doesn't give them those kinds of raps on title tracks. I agree. I listened to 20, which is one of their B-sides, where Yuna has this pop-off rap verse in the beginning that is so good, and she never gets to rap in like any of these title tracks.
Interesting.
Yeah, their B-sides, I think, are where you really will understand that the members are super, super talented.
Okay.
Where I think like a lot of their title tracks, they don't let them show off much.
It's a little neutered, right? You would say?
It's all reeled back. I think the extent of their skills are all reeled back pretty heavily for their title tracks for the most part.
Yeah,
Whereas
it's
I think when you
more.
listen to their B-sides, you get like a lot of more personality and a lot more of what each member is capable of, because I mean, Yeji's an amazing singer, but
Mhm.
also a really good rapper, and like Ryujin can sing and Yuna can rap. You would never know that from the title tracks.
Sure.
So yeah, it's definitely worth listening to their albums if you want to get a better vibe of their talent as musicians.
I'll be listening to a lot of the B-sides, so I'll probably ask Alex before this is over with, and I'll let you think. I'll let you stew on the question. Let me know what some of your favorite B-side tracks are, and I'll make sure to drop a comment later once it goes live, so I can, let you know. Hopefully,
They actually
knock
have
on wood,
a pretty good
JYP.
amount of. They actually have a pretty good amount of music videos for their B-sides too.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll watch the music videos.
If you wanted to do that for another, if you wanted to do another stream.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll knock on wood. JYP, is gonna be good to us this time around. We'll see. We're gonna find out. We don't know. Knock on wood. We're doing good now.
Let us cook.
Let us cook. We're trying to cook. Chefs in the kitchen, baby. Anyway, that was a terrible segue into the next song, which is gonna be "Boys Like You." So,
all right, little prerequisite on this one before you start.
Okay.
It is their first English single.
Wow. Okay.
So I think you will notice that it is not only on English, but a shift musically, which I would say that is not a coincidence, since it's a different targeted towards a different market.
Sure. Was this their first song? I'd imagine this was their first song that, like, kind of, I'd argue, hit more of a, like, mainstream conscience. Is that fair to say, or not really?
I don't know that I know enough to say whether it did or didn't, but from what I remember, this didn't do what I think JYP thought it would do for them.
Okay. It wasn't like a Twice moment or like a Blackpink moment, you would argue, correct? Because they're big. Those are big groups in the scene right now.
I think that this song did well, but I was under the impression that JYP gave them this song to shoot for like US radio play, kind of.
Interesting.
It has that, in my personal opinion, it has that sort of vibe. Like a very like US radio friendly song. And I don't think it got there.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll have to delve into it. I'm going to just read Izzy's comment first. Boys Like You is also a B-side on the Cheshire album that is not a title track. So
that is true.
Interesting.
Yeah, a little bit of an outlier, but I felt like this was an important one to cover in the mix, just for the sake of it being the first English song and stuff.
Fair enough. Well, let's get into Boys Like You. Okay, I can see it. I can hear it.
Why you calling me up? Saying sorry again. Already told you it's done. What didn't you get? Don't forget you're the one that tried to get with my friends. The end, the end, the end, the end. Well, you must be going crazy, thinking I'll be back. I'm sorry, cause you're crying like a baby, but do I look like your mommy? Take a look into the mirror. If you wonder why you lost me, gotta sit down and
I might have a comment that will piss some people off. I'm just gonna hold it.
And every excuse when you start every fight, the blame is on you. One red flag and I'm gone. Already on to the next, the next, the next.
I hope it doesn't piss you off, actually.
You must be going crazy thinking I'll be back. I'm sorry, cause you're crying like a baby. But do I look like your mommy? Take a look into that mirror. If you wonder why you lost me, gotta sit down and shut up. You did it to yourself. Boy, gonna diss me. Boy, I'm so pissed. Boy, gonna miss me. Boy, you are dismissed. Cause I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall. Boy, wanna date me. Boy, out of date, yeah. Boy, wanna what? No, boy, out of my way. Cause I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for. You can read your voice, but know that you have no choice. And don't care what you do. You can read your voice, but know that you have no choice. Don't care what you do. Turn around, walk away. You made your bed, so you gotta lay. Get out of my way. Boy, gonna diss me.
Ooh,
Boy,
that was sick. Okay.
boy, gonna miss me. Boy, you are dismissed. 'Cause I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for. Boy, wanna date me. Boy, out of date, yeah. Boy, wanna what? No. Boy, out of my way. 'Cause I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for boys like you. I don't fall for. You can read your voice, but know that you have no choice. And don't care what you do. You can read your voice, but know that you have no choice. Don't care what you do.
Nice, another crown. I called that one too. I did it. I like how it was like almost like like a sitcom kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That's nice. All right, well, that was Boys Like You.
All right, what's your hot take?
All right, my hot take. So that chorus definitely, the only thing that stuck out in my head was it reminded me a lot of Taylor Swift's Love Story. Da 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 da. Like that's all I could think of.
Yeah.
Like I could literally probably take Taylor Swift's vocals and throw it over top of that chorus and it would be the same thing. Which isn't bad. I just think that musically it is very similar and arguably a lot of, again, pop song structure, they kind of stick to a certain like one, I think it's like 1-4-5-2 or like it's very like common.
Yeah. So I agree. Let me start by saying I do like this song, by the way.
Interesting. Okay.
This is I have a positive look on this song. I actually don't even really have too much bad to say other than it's just a little bit boring. Just because of I think they're going for like the Carly Rae Jepsen style.
Yeah, agreed.
Pop music, which is like it's fine. It does well if it's marketed well and people know it. I just think it's a little dated.
Yes, I would 100% agree with that.
There's nothing that exciting about it, and I think the video is fun. Like like seeing their personalities is fun. The concept of the video is fun. I think there are some really strong vocals, and that the line of Ryujin's line of "Do I look like your mommy?" has been haunting her since this song came out.
Yeah, that was a little bit cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be like more literal, not literal, but like it was meant to be more like, do I look like I'm your babysitter, essentially?
Yeah.
But when people look at Ryujin, when Ryujin says that, people take that differently when she says that. In more
I
of
wonder
like
how people would take that.
right, in more of like a different kind of take on the word mommy.
Yikes.
So that always gets people going crazy live.
That's fair.
Poor Ryujin, people have been she has not heard the end of that since the song came
And
out.
she probably will not now since we
Yeah. But all in all, I think the song is catchy. I think the vocals at the end, out of the bridge, like coming into the last chorus, are really nice.
I would agree. 1000%. I think the song I would agree. I think that a lot of the points you made I kind of agree with. Like I think it kind of feels like they were like, oh, okay, like mid, like 20, like I would say, I don't know. I'm trying to think
it
of
should have come out in 2014.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it like musically, I felt like they were a little bit behind the curve on this one. I feel like with K-pop normally, I would argue is they're very ahead of the curve. I think arguably, pop music should take a lot more from K-pop. I think that obviously over the years, K-pop has become more of a musical force, I would argue. I don't know when, I guess, K-pop became more of a mainstream thing. I'd imagine, obviously, when Blackpink started doing songs with, like, Selena Gomez or, like, Ariana Grande or whatever, like, that's kind of when the shift turned a little bit, I would argue. So I'd hope that more pop artists take from K-pop, but I think this one, at least from listening to ITZY, I feel like this is a step back as opposed to maybe a step forward.
There's obviously going to be situations where pop artists, like Western pop artists, will take from K-pop and stuff. I would say more times it's the other way around. It's K-pop taking from Western artists.
Interesting. Okay.
In a sense of like what becomes a style. One example I think I can give off the top of my head is like The Weeknd had that song Blinding Lights, I think it's called.
Yes, Blinding Lights. Yeah, you're correct.
And that was like right before Everglow released La Di Da, and like all these groups started releasing those like kind of 80s style
like city pop
synthwave sort of stuff. So that and there was even like K-pop groups covering Blinding Lights, like the choreo and doing performances of it because it got so popular in Korea, and that sort of sparked what seemed to be a emergence of that genre being popular in K-pop. Not saying that's the case for all the different styles and all different genres, but I'm not exactly sure. I feel like if ITZY was a little bit well, not ITZY obviously, but if JYP was a little smarter with how they wanted to reach the American market and like get into what's actually popular in the West, they would have gone for something that's more like that, like funk resurgence, like the new, like what do they call it? Like future funk, like the future house stuff, like the stuff that Doja Cat and
yeah, like Dua Lipa kind of
Dua
stuff.
Lipa are doing, yeah. Like that's something that's always gonna, at least I think it's still doing well here and was at the time too. It just seems like they picked a genre that was like already out or like on its way out in the US.
Dying, yeah.
Just went for it.
They went for the dying star choice,
Yeah, and that's not to say that the song's bad or the song didn't do well. Like I think it still is fine, and like it was mentioned in chat, it's not even the title track of the album, so it's really not the end of the world. But
yeah,
there were a couple decisions that could have been better.
I agree. I do also agree with Mel's comment. The vocals are definitely sick. I think they had some really cool moments in this song where I was like, yeah, I get it. Like it definitely hits super well. But I do find that, like, again, the musicality of it is kind of the lackluster part of this song, where I do feel like each of the members had their own moment to kind of do their thing and do it well. Like obviously not to the fullest potential, but I think there's definitely some points where I was like, oh, okay, I like this. Like it wasn't a bad song by any stretch, but like I do feel like musicality wise it was a little dated. And I'd also agree with Izzy's comment about that she likes this song but prefers Sneakers. I'm kind of in the same camp where I feel like it does that like bubblegum pop sort of stuff in a better light than I would argue Boys Like You have, but like again it's a different style of pop I think that they're trying to draw from as opposed to maybe what Sneakers is trying to do. So but yeah, no, it was a good song. I just think it wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately, and that's again they were really hoping, I guess, to kind of hit a home run. And I feel like this is kind of like it's kind of in the midsection. I'd probably put it at. It's not bad, but it definitely could use a little work. I would probably argue, but we are going to move it on to the next one, which is Cheshire, which is. I would assume this is the title track of the album. Am I correct on that, Alex?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's get into this one then.
La 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 la.
That cut was super clean too.
무슨 생각을 하고 있는지 Not my business 나도 날 몰라 내 맘 따라 play 좋긴 좋은데 love or like 숨었다가 또 나타나 yeah 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 막어 틀린 게 어딨지 최샤처럼 it's alright 자꾸 물어보면 boring 뭐든 내 맘대로 play a trick 정해진 답은 없어 You want to know 원한다면 힌트 줄게 넌 어쩜 free하게 네 마음속에 불어넣어줘 라라라라라 Hey, why so serious 보이는 거 그대로 날 믿어봐 Hey, 어렵게 생각나 Nothing's wrong right Can you see me? Hey, why so curious 머리 말고 네 느낌을 믿어봐 Hey, 심각해지지 마 Anything's right 내 미소 이상하지 그래도 너는 like me Yeah, I feel so free 눈 감으면 사라지지
Like the call and response, that's sick.
어둠 속에 반짝인 nice 누군가 날 조명 삼아 길을 찾아낼지도 I wanna go 저 찾아 yeah love is a damn story 여전 희나는 wondering 그런 표정 라라라라라 Hey, why so serious 보이는 거 그대로 날 믿어봐 Hey, 어렵게 생각나 Nothing's wrong right Can you see me? Hey, why so curious 머리 말고 네 느낌을 믿어봐 Hey, 심각해
Strong vocals in this chorus. Sick.
Anything's right Why so serious? Why so curious? 내 뒤에 가려진 내 맘 사실 나도 몰라 what I want 대체 왜 그게 중요해 We're gonna do it right Will you join me? 앞에 펼쳐진 이 순간을 즐기면 돼 이대로 Hey,
This bass riff is super sick. Or synth.
Why so serious? Why so curious?
Oh yeah, okay. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one a lot. And it's crazy because the song before this one and this one, Cheshire, are on the same album. That's wildly different. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, this song's cool. Couple things I really like about it are the bass modulation.
Yes.
Like the synth modulation is really, really cool. It's interesting. Does a really good job of like keeping the song sonically different throughout the entire thing. And there's also like a recurring Um, they're pretty upfront, like the chopped vocals that are going on in
Yeah.
the chorus. That adds sort of almost like a background vocal kind of chorusy effect. That I feel like you can kind of miss them if you're not listening for them, even though they're pretty forward in the mix. But I feel like once you hear them and notice them, like you start really hearing them, and they sound really good. They're like really, it's a really cool addition to the instrumentation. So I like that a lot. I don't have any problems with this song. I know that this song was a little bit divisive, I think, for people.
Fair enough.
But I can't find anything to really not like about it. The only thing I will say that I don't really love is the lyrics of the chorus, like the "Hey, why so serious?" because it just makes me think of the Joker. I can't not think of like the Joker saying
That's
that
fair.
line every time I hear it.
Yeah. Why
And
so
that's obviously
serious?
just like it's just obviously like a stupid me personal thing, and doesn't take away from the song or anything. So
I can agree with that. That was also something I was gonna point out. I kind of got the same vibe. Again, I feel like it's because we're both nerds, so like that makes sense.
yeah,
Checks.
maybe.
But no, I think the song was really cool. I like the kind of like descending like minor chord, like especially melodies going on. It's, I would say, more so in the chorus. That was really sick. Appreciate the kind of juxtaposition of like each song, where even, you know, listening to these, like the two songs that are on this album, Cheshire, like hearing one song that's like primarily more like major key and having this song be a little bit more in that minor key, it's cool to see how they play with different songs and different elements. I think the thing that I enjoyed most about the song itself was just the way it was kind of arranged. I think the musicality of it was really cool. I agree with like the modulation and stuff. I thought that was really interesting. Chorus definitely popped super well too. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I would say this is like up to mid, like higher mid tier. I wouldn't say there was anything particularly like crazy about it. I'd argue this is a pretty subdued like ITZY track. Like there wasn't like moments where I feel like maybe earlier on in their catalog there was definitely moments where like it's a little bit more punch, it's a little bit more forward, and this one feels a little bit less aggressive. But I kind of appreciate the fact they're a little bit more subtle with maybe like the musicality of it, or maybe some of the like vocal elements where I would argue there's not as much craziness going on. But if you dig a little deeper, there's definitely moments where you're like, oh shit, that's cool, I like that. Like the point you made about like having more of those like layered vocals in this, especially in the chorus, like I thought that was really sick. I think there's moments in later ITZY music where I think they're taking more thought process into like arranging the song, and while it might not be like vocally or like musically in your face, I think they take a little bit more care to like think about how the song's structured out, and are a little bit more, maybe more attentive to detail in terms of the melodies or like cool modulation or something like that, where that might take more of the front seat as opposed to the vocals. So, but I enjoyed this one. This one was very, very much up there in terms of the songs that I've enjoyed thus far. But it's crazy that it's seriously insane that both like Boys Like You and Cheshire were on the same album. But we'll get into the last one. I think this is the last one. This is the newest one, right, Alex?
Yeah, very new.
All right. Well, we're going to get into Cake. Do I need to know anything about this song before we jump into it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to get into the last one, which is Cake. So let's give it a listen. Little crown moment, I guess. Clean cut. Wow.
파래도 내 시간은 never waits 똑같은 건 뻔해 또 다른 걸 난 원해 chase 어떻게 멋을 다 맞춰줘 존중해줘 up to me you the 나는 놔줬잖아. KK can't wait till I bite them. 어차피 인생은 내꺼. Bam bam can't wait till I shoot them. 뭘 그리 복잡해 몇 번. Shake it shake, shake it shake, shake it shake, bust it up, bust it up, bust it up. 우리 너보다 바빠, you like my birthday. Maybe 쉽지 않아 anyway. 생각대로 everyday. 고민 고민.
This chorus is sick.
나만 생각해 이제. 괜찮아. 어떨 밤이라도 난 생각해. Alright, alright. 하고 먹어버리자, yeah, like cake, 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 cake. It's a piece of cake, 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 cake. Cake, 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 cake. Yeah, piece of cake, 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 cake. 하고 먹어버리자, yeah, like cake, 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 cake. 장담 못해
Is that a Squid Games reference?
내일도 너 행복할지 who can guarantee so ATM 지금이 훨씬 중요해 yeah you wait just live it up maybe 쉽지 않아 anyway 생각대로 everyday 고민 고민 대신에 나만 생각해 이제 괜찮아 어떨 밤이라도 난 생각해 alright alright 하고 먹어버려다 yeah like cake 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 it's a piece of cake 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 yeah piece of cake 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 la 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 la
I gotta say, the choreo on this is awesome.
하고 먹어버려다 yeah like cake 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 sometimes 시원한 바람을 원해 힘이 더 날지 몰라 sometimes 가끔 무관심이 편해 누구든 들리게 말해 쉽게 좀 생각해 like that 쉽지 않아 anyway 생각대로 everyday 고민 고민 대신에 나만 생각해 이제 다 괜찮아 어떨 꿈이라고 난 생각해 alright alright 꽉 하고 먹어버리자 yeah like
That was very interesting.
All right, I'll start out.
All right.
I like this song.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
I think this is the weirdest song and video.
Agreed.
have for
So
title
weird.
tracks. So something interesting for me is the chorus obviously has a two-part chorus. It has the catchier singing part of the chorus
Yes.
that it eases into, and then it has the post-chorus, which is like the cake part.
Yeah.
Right. The cake part I think is fine. I think that's like what has been like their TikTok dance challenge and like kind of the part they're using to promote it more. But the first part of the chorus, I love the first part of the chorus. I think like the melody is so nice. It's, like,
Agreed.
chill. The instrumentation is beautiful. My only issue I think when it comes to that is that it seemingly comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
would agree.
chorus doesn't.
I would
There's
agree.
no real
Yeah.
build or transition into it, so I'm never sure when the chorus is coming until it's started.
And you're
Like,
already in
there's
it.
no distinguishable break or build up for me, which I think is the only thing that bothers me about getting into that chorus. But once I'm in that chorus, I'm like, okay, I'm bumping. I love this. I also think the verses are good. Ryujin's rap is good. I think
I
the
agree.
vocals had a chance to shine. The video, man, if you're telling me there's a storyline in this video, I couldn't tell you. I do not understand. It is absolutely crazy. I don't know what their director and videographer were and editors were on for this, but visually it's very appealing.
I mean, it is
looks
very
great,
much eye
it's
candy.
colorful.
Yeah.
The girls obviously look great, so I don't know. All in all, I think this is good. I think it's weird, but I think it's really good.
Yeah, there is definitely some like I don't know if it's like they're trying to like pull from like movie and television because like that part where like they like shoot then like Shika, like one of the members goes back. I'm like, is this like a Matrix moment? And then like they also had the one part where like, you know, obviously they shot like at one of them, and then the bullet went into this like what I could imagine was like an umbrella, and I was like, oh, maybe it's like a Squid Games thing, because if you watch the show, you know what that's about. Um, so I don't know if it's like reference to like movies and TV. That would be my guess, but I don't know. Again, that's quite a stretch, I'd argue. Um,
I don't know.
the song itself, I don't. I think I'd have to give it some more listens. I don't know if I'm really sold on like this song. I think some of the hooks, I think some of the melodies, I completely agree that first half of that chorus is a bop. The second half with the cake, I was like okay, like at first I was at the first chorus I was like, I don't know if it's hitting. The second chorus I was like, okay, it's starting to make sense. But I don't know. This one I think kind of hits that weird middle ground where I'm like not quite sure musically where it was going. Like there was definitely certain parts in the song where I was like, I don't know if this makes sense at all, or like if this works. But I'd argue that this song probably requires more listens to kind of give my fair shake on it, because I don't know how many times you've listened to this song, Alex, but obviously this is my first time
Probably
listening to it. So
2 maybe,
2 times? Oh, okay.
maybe, and I've never seen the video.
Oh, you've never seen it. Okay, so this is a first for you. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the song, I think I would probably have to listen to this song without the music video. I think that's probably, I would have to forego the music video and just listen to the song, because I do think that the music video almost is like a little borderline distracting in a way. Like I just think there's a lot of shit going on, and your brain's just like, what the fuck's going on? Like there's so much, like there's like gunfire, there's like some dude in like a, like it looks like half baby, half like fucking bunny suit or whatever, and I'm just like, did I take something before I watched this music video? Am I on something now? You know, like that's kind of the vibes I was feeling. It was a little unnerving, if I'm gonna be 100% frank. But yeah, I don't know. I think I would have to just listen to this song again. I wouldn't say it's a bad song, but I would, just going off my gut feeling, I would say I'd have to give this another listen just to really have my full thoughts on it. So I'm gonna leave this one as like a undecided. I don't think it's a bad song, but I don't think it's like one of the worst songs that I've heard from them either. So, but Omaze says, why does this sound so familiar, like an Andre 3000 or SMTHN or something, especially the horns. Yeah, I kind of got that. I almost got a little bit of like Macklemore Thrift Shop. I kind of get a little bit of that, which I know that song also has like some horns in it. And they said it does sound like a mashup of 3 songs from the 2010s. I would agree with that. There's definitely some moments in that song. Izzy adores the song. It's only grown on me since release, and I liked it on first listen. Okay, fair enough. Omaze says needs more from the chorus. It never gets boring to listen to. That's what Izzy says. And then Omaze says, yes, it's a reference to Squid Game. So cool, sick. I'm knowledgeable. But yeah, I thought this one I think I need to give it a little bit more time. I don't think it's particularly a bad song. I just think upon the first hit, I was like, I don't know. Like, there's definitely parts where I was like vibing out with it, but there was other parts where I was like unsure. So I think I would love to listen to this again. I also want to, say for the people in chat, let me know what your favorite B-sides are from ITZY, because I would love to check those out. Alex, I'll throw the floor to you too.
I want to do another stream on ITZY where I show you just music videos for the B-sides.
Ah, okay. We're doing part 2 then.
Because if this stays up, if we're okay with keeping this up, like if JYP doesn't, knock us for this,
please,
then we'll
for
be
love
good to
of God.
watch the B-side ones too, because they're on the same channel.
The JYP channel, yeah.
I would like to. There's 2 pre-releases for this album that Cake is on. They have music videos for both of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they are some of my favorite ITZY songs of all time. And that's just from this one album. And there's a couple other B-sides that have music videos that I think are also really good. I would argue that all of my favorite ITZY songs are B-sides.
Interesting. Okay.
I think that if you listen to some of the B-sides, especially the ones that do have music videos, you'll probably, personally, I think that it'll wipe your top tracks off, like with the B-side ones.
Interesting. Okay. I'd love to hear somebody else in the comments or chat too as well. What their thoughts are on it, because I'd be curious.
So you got one for 20. You got one. Yeah, Nobody Like You is great. Swipe is really good. 20. There's Sorry Not Sorry. None of My Business is another new one. Yeah, there's so many good B-side music videos that I think top a lot of their title tracks.
Okay. Fair enough. There we go. We got some good ones from Izzy. I'll leave Omaze to type out a monologue, I'm sure. Izzy also says, if you do another stream, I'd suggest their Japanese release. They might get struck, though, because they're really good.
We cannot do the Japanese.
Alex is like, we can't do it. No.
Well, no, I agree. The Japanese songs are good. We just
can't listen to them. I'll listen to them in my free time,
struck.
Izzy. You have my word.
JYP himself will show up at our house.
Come full on SWAT team through my AC unit up at the top.
Yeah.
I want that to happen. So, but yeah, I will check the Japanese stuff out. Izzy, definitely let me know, and I'll have to throw it on there. Omaze says, I haven't delved into ITZY much, but my favorite's Mafia. Agreed. I think Mafia is amongst my top. I'll also put, what else did I really enjoy? I'd probably put Sneakers up there. I did enjoy Sneakers. I think I enjoyed basically the middle section. So like Wannabe, Not Shy, Mafia in the Morning, and Sneakers, I think was when. Loco was good too. I think I'd probably put like Loco as an honorable mention.
For me, it's their first 4 songs.
Really? Okay. In terms of like title MVs, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Icy is good too. I don't know. I think it was pretty strong throughout, but I really feel like Wannabe and Not Shy is when like the everything kind of clicked more, I'd argue. But JYP, the GOAT. I'll do it right here on stream. I'll subscribe to you even though you don't need it, but I'm going to do it anyway, so you can not strike me down when I've appeased the gods. So hopefully it works out well.
I'll make us another playlist, and we'll.
I guess we're doing it then. Part 2, baby. Izzy says, wait, there's also a fan song called Trust Me. It has a lyric video for the Korean and English version, but it's not on any album. And Izzy's top title tracks are probably Icy, Loco, Cake, and Cheshire. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Very nice. I guess we'll plan on doing part 2. I guess now we're going to talk about what the next one we plan on doing. I'm going to take a look at my phone here and see which one was next on the list. But I'm pretty sure it was Girls' Generation. Let me just double check. I did screenshot it. If my screenshots would show up in my phone. Nope, that's not it. All right, so the next one's actually aespa. That was at 23% when I took the screenshot. And then after that was Girls' Generation. And then followed by that was Stray Kids at 18%. And One We was the last on the list. So, interesting. I mean, I guess Alex would know more on this. Is Espa planning on doing anything new, I guess, per se? Or new-ish?
They just released a song, but I don't
Okay.
know what it was for. I don't know. It might have just been like a random single.
Oh, okay. So that was but that was new though, newish, right?
Yeah, like new. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we probably are doing Espa then. If they have the newest stuff out, then either that or you can let us know if we should do ITZY Part 2. We could do ITZY Part 2. So I'll maybe put a poll up there and see if people want us to do ITZY Part 2 or Espa. So make sure to vote and let us know. And we'll probably ask around for some more groups soon, but I feel like I think after we get through it, probably ITZY Part 2 and Espa, I don't know how soon that would put us in terms of XG stuff, because I feel like we are going to tackle XG. I did have a few people ask in the comments that we should be doing XG, and I know
XG is not until the end of September.
okay, so we're gonna be waiting.
We got some time.
We got some time.
Time to cook.
We got some time to cook. So we'll probably do Girls' Generation then, unless there is one that you feel like, Alex, we should do before or after Espa/ITZY Part 2.
Maybe Purple Kiss, depending.
Yes, we
on
did talk
their,
about that. Yeah, that's true.
Depending on their comeback. Not totally sure yet. I think that's probably gonna be before XG. We'll see. I'll have to check the calendar and see like when the comebacks and stuff are. I don't have them all memorized, but definitely I would say we'll do Espa. We'll do kind of like a quicker ITZY Part 2. It won't be too many songs. And then definitely Purple Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And
Agreed.
Girls' Generation, we can do that whenever. I mean, it's pretty timeless.
Whenever. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. It's an OG.
They're not coming back anytime soon, so not really worried about. Hey, they're
Raking
still
in the
group.
views
Don't worry. Hey, they're still together.
in our hearts.
No, legitimately, they're still
Oh,
together.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're just saying they haven't released. So they're still a group, but they haven't
They
released
released
anything.
an album last year.
Oh, okay.
They're just like kind of like doing their own things. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
like
they've been
each
together
individual.
for so long. They all have their own solo careers, their own things going on. They're
Oh.
not technically disbanded, but they're somewhat inactive.
Like hiatus.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's fair.
So
I mean,
yeah. So I mean, not important. I mean, they're no rush to do the Girls' Generation stuff.
sure. I feel
But
like
I think it would be interesting because I'm not like a lore master on Girls' Generation. I don't really know a ton about them. I don't even know that I know all their title tracks, to be honest. So that'll be a little bit of a new experience for me for some of their songs too.
Yep, I'm excited to do that, and we will wind up throwing in as well some boy groups as well. So we have to Stray Kids is probably the next one on the list, obviously, since we threw them in the mix.
Yeah, Tiffany Young is in Girls' Generation.
Yep, and Izzy backed that up. So, but yeah, we got some good ones in the works. I do plan on hopefully having I know I'll probably be late to the party, but the GU album. So I'll have that edited hopefully within the next day or so. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, we'll probably plan on doing some more groups and stuff as the time goes on. And if there's any other ones that you would like us to do that we haven't mentioned, feel free to let us know, because we got a lot of stuff cooking right now. So trying to see what.
I actually would like to dive into some solo artists. Personally.
Oh, okay, yeah. Any particular ones, Alex?
I I have some in mind, but I haven't really decided what I would put up for options yet. Probably like Hyuna, Sunmi, Chungha. I don't know. I would have to think about it some more. But those are like 3 that I would definitely want to
Okay.
put on.
Respect. If you guys have any good solo artists that you would like us to cover as well, feel free to let us know in the chat or in the live comments. But yeah, that's ITZY. If you do like ITZY, go check them out. I feel like you know.
Yeah, IU for sure.
Okay.
Izzy mentioned IU. Yes, that is definitely a top contender, I would say.
Interesting. Okay. Omaze has. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it.
Yolan. She was in this group called Sistar. From not super long ago, but like a little bit back in the day. And they were just like they had a lot of like summer vibey songs, like
Ooh.
very fun,
Okay.
light songs. She's awesome. She's a great vocalist and dancer, and yeah, she has a song Dolly, which is basically just her like it's like a slow kind of like R&B hip hop vibe with her just in like a
Ooh.
one piece dancing really sexily. It's interesting.
She brings the riz, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, she is a charismatic woman.
Chose your words very carefully on that. Chungha as well. So
Yeah, we love Chungha.
okay. Well, I don't know if you're speaking for me. I don't know. I haven't listened to Chungha.
We love Chungha.
Okay. Well, I guess we do. And we are gonna sign off. So thank you for joining. I have been very excited. I gotta give a lot of kudos to everybody that has been hanging out in chat and giving me some good comments, because I always find that it's a different thing from what I typically do here. So, I appreciate everybody being really cool and rad. And I know I've said this in like the previous ones that we've done, but it's truly very nice to, be jumping into a community that I didn't know about probably. Well, I mean, I'd known about K-pop, but I would say like within the past couple months, we've been really hitting it hard. So, it's cool that new people come and check out our stuff. And, I hope you stick around, because we're going to be doing a lot more, and we hope to get into some cooler group stuff, so hopefully JYP does not take this video down, because I love you. And, it'd be really great if we could continue doing this, or, if you want to like whitelist us, that'd be amazing. So, we want to cover more K-pop. We're just trying to spread the good word of like JYP and ITZY. So, and I'd love to do some more Twice stuff on here. So that would be sick. JYP, if you hear my prayer, that'd be amazing. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching.
Yep.
Love all ya. Thank you, Alex, for joining me once again, and we will let you know either ITZY Part 2 or aespa will be coming next. All right. So thank you guys.